Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to cut silver stock to the right length depending on what type of ring you want to make. Either a hammered ring or a smooth ring that's only hammered with a nylon hammer to get it in the right shape. And to do this, you're going to need, of course, your silver wire and wire cutters or a shear, depending on what you're cutting. And you're going to need your ruler and a ring size chart, and a calculator helps. Here's your ruler. This is what I use. It's just a steel ruler that is marked with inches on one side and millimeters on the other, and the millimeters are what you're going to use the most for rings. And this is 16 gauge sterling silver wire that we're going to make a little hammered band from. And this is flat wire. It's about 4 millimeters wide and 1 millimeter thick. And we're going to make a band. We're going to cut this stock to make a band that is not hammered. It has a smooth finish. And you need a ring size chart. This goes down the list and it tells you, you look up the ring size, and depending on what country you're from, it has different charts for ring sizes and the corresponding sizes in other countries. And then it has the diameter number, which is the millimeters across the inside of the ring from one side to the other, directly across. And then also with that, it has a circumference in millimeters, which is if you took a thread and measured around the inside of the ring, and that's very important, the inside of the ring all the way around, that's how many millimeters it is to fit a certain size. So you can get these ring size charts anywhere. Just Google ISO ring sizes and you'll find what you need. Print that out because you're going to use it a lot. Okay, so our first ring is going to be hammered with the 16 gauge wire, and I'm going to make it a size 6. So I'm going to look on my chart, and that is a 51.9 millimeters circumference. Now, what I do, and other people probably do this differently, but this is what I do, and it works for me. I take my flat edge nippers, and I make the end of the wire flat, and then I measure a half size larger than I'm gonna make the ring. So for 6.5, it's 53.1 millimeters. I just lay it flat here, measure 53.1, and then I take my clippers again on the flat side. The flat side is on the part of the wire that you're going to use for the ring, so you get a nice flat cut and cut right on that line. Now I have my piece of silver that's going to make the ring, and that's how long I cut it. Now for the flat wire that's going to be made into a smooth band, I'm also going to cut this for a size 6, but the process is a little bit different since you're not hammering. You have to be a little bit more precise, and you have to do a different type of calculation in your measuring to make sure that the ring comes out the right size without having to alter it in any way or hammer it, because you want to have a smooth finish. So to make a size 6, now I'm going to check the diameter measurement for a size 6, which is 16.5 millimeters. So I write down on my paper 16.5 millimeters. Now you're going to add in to that the width or the thickness of the stock. And this stock is 1 millimeter thick. And I can make sure with my caliper here and verify that it is 1 millimeter. Okay. So I'm going to add that 1 millimeter to my 16.5 millimeters, which gives me 17.5 millimeters. And then that's where my calculator comes in handy, because what you're going to do to get the actual inner circumference of the ring that you need, you're going to take 17.5 times pi, which is 3.14. So 17.5 turn it on, 17.5 times 3.14 equals 54.95. Okay, and I'm going to round that up to an even 55 millimeters. So now I know that I need to cut my flat stock 55 millimeters in order for it to be the right length to make a perfect size 6 ring. I'm about to cut this flat stock, and I'm going to use my shear. This is a 6-inch shear. It came from Northern Tools, and it's served me pretty well. It's not the greatest shear, but it does the job. I've got my mark on there, so I line that up at the edge of the blade and screw down the piece that holds the metal still. Make sure it's straight. And just pull the arm down and cut it. This is my piece of silver for my smooth ring.